All right, welcome to the big show, everybody. You are here on episode 3 of EOTV. I'm your host, Michael Giudicissi. Certainly appreciate you being here this week for what promises to be a fantastic show. We've got some great interviews for you. We've got some updates from the world of racing. We've got some team news and some new members to talk about, so make sure you stay tuned for all of that. Before we get started, for those of you in and around New Mexico, or those of you who have always dreamed about racing in the venerable J. Benson Triathlon, there is finally a big update, and the update is that this coming Wednesday, March 21st, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, is the kickoff party, pre-registration for the J. Benson Triathlon 2012, which takes place on May 13th. And that begs the question, is the J. Benson going big time on us, and are they becoming the Ironman North America or North America Sports of New Mexico? What you see on the website, it says 400 entries will be available to kickoff party, and it will sell out. So in other words, if you're not there, you can't race. Very much along the lines of many Ironman races. But a couple things to take note of. There are 50 Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation charity slots available for an extra $50. I think that brings your registration for this race to $105. There are 50 entries that will be available online March 22nd, which is Thursday morning, and that will be at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But your best chance to get in, if you want to, is to go down to Sports Systems. That's on Montgomery Boulevard in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and stand in line and get in there. But again, just like many of the Ironman races, you've got the community fund charity type slots, you've got the limited online sign up, you've got the hey, be here or you can't get in, and popular race. And so I guess that's okay for those of you that are planning to race the J. Benson. Make sure you get down there. For those of you that think, hey, it's too much of a hassle, you can go the day previous out to one of our favorite cities, Lubbock, Texas, for the Buffman and Squeaky Olympic Distance Triathlon put on by Mike and Marty Greer. And Mike and Marty put on a great race. This is a great Olympic distance event. Lets you preview part of the Buffalo Springs Lake 70.3 course if you're planning on doing that at the end of June, which is not only a 70.3 Worlds qualifier, but also one of the 3, I believe, 70.3 qualifiers for Kona for the full distance World Championships in October. And so it's that race has been going on for close to 20 plus years now. So Saturday, the May 12th, is the Buffman and Squeaky, so you might consider that carpooling out to Lubbock, open water swim, and a great course there as well. So you've got some opportunities on the weekend of Mother's Day if you want it. We've got some updates coming for the team, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We're going to be back right after this with a couple of really special interviews. First up is our new and good friend, Angela Dorazo, all the way from San Diego, California, aspiring professional triathlete, entrepreneur, model, all-around nice gal, and man, is she scary fast. So stay tuned for all of that, and we will be right back after these words from the very famous Boston Bill sunglasses. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, we're back, everybody, and we've got an extra special guest with us. Joining us all the way from Southern California is the lovely Angela Dorazo. Angela, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you having me on.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Angela, I have to start with this question because I know that when someone sees your picture, they're going to ask, you are, I want to make sure I've got this right, you have, or at least had, a career in law. You
Yes.
have been and continue to be a model.
Correct.
You own your own company, and you're doing marketing now, helping people with their marketing efforts, other business people. Is that correct too?
Correct.
And you are now chasing the dream of becoming a professional triathlete. Have I missed anything?
No, that's it.
So the question that I have and everybody else is going to have when they see your picture is, how did you accomplish this all at only 15 years old? How in the heck did that happen?
I know. Well, I'm actually going to be 27 this year, but I have really good beauty products, so they make me look about 18, I think.
Incredible how young you look, but wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you for being here. You know, the first thing I think we want to talk about, Angela, is your triathlon career. Now, you've been involved in triathlon in the past, correct?
Correct.
And you are now getting ready to make a run at going pro and earning your pro card for this year. Is that right?
You kind of, yes and no. This is my first season, my first year going competitive. So I'm going competitive with age group sprint distance, and we're going to see how I do this year. And hopefully I will do very well, and then go after elite and pro card next year.
Okay, so could you earn, and now I've got a list of your races here. You're racing every month from now until November. In fact, you've got a race this weekend, right?
Correct. Yep, I have the Super Steel in Coronado, California.
Ah, okay, great. So you've got a race or two every single month of this year. Can these races get you close to your pro card, or are these simply to get you ready for earning that elite and then pro status next season?
These races are specifically to get me ready to be prepared for next season. So because I am I'm still having some issues with my health, so we're getting all that ironed out and, you know, just kind of throwing me in to see what my body can handle and what my potential would be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, if I line up next to you at the race, I'm scared because you just look fast. And you also told me something a while back that you cut 4.5 minutes off of your 5K time in working with your new coach. Is that 4.5 minutes? Is that right?
Yeah, over 4.5 minutes. Yep.
Goodness gracious.
Yep, I started training under Sergio Borges of X Training in January, and between January to 3 weeks ago, I cut 4.5 minutes off my 5K.
So what's your 5K time now? Like 10 minutes?
No, it's I can't say. It depends on the day and the hill and stuff like that. You guys will see what I race. So.
I got you. Wow, that's really incredible. Congratulations on that. So, first race, is this the first race of the year for you? Have you done any running races or anything so far?
No, this is actually the first race of the season, so I'm really, really excited. And it's supposed to be a triathlon, but we're having pretty bad weather here in Coronado, so it might be a run-bike run, which I'm kind of disappointed with, but that's okay.
Yeah, I understand that the big storm is headed your way, sleet and rain and all kind of things, but hopefully you get a race in. And how do you feel prepared, you know, going in? This is the first real step in that pro journey. You feel strong? Are you ready?
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, I had some health setbacks over the past 2 weeks, so this is probably going to be a B race for me, and then I'll be racing in Brazil next month, and that's going to be an A race for me, so I'm really going to try and focus on going all out in Brazil, and this one just kind of getting my feet wet, and hopefully my health will be improving. So. Okay,
and we hope you can get your feet wet too, which would mean you actually have a swim in this race, so good luck. Good luck with that.
I hope we do. The swim is my strongest, so I really hope we have a swim because then I'll have a really good advantage.
Now, Angela, you I don't want to make this sound too cavalier, but you kind of chucked a promising legal career to chase this dream down. And other people, especially in this economy. I mean, we're in an economy of 8, 9, at some point 10% unemployment. People just barely making ends meet or not at all. Yet you walked away from a very promising career to step back, form your own company, and also follow this dream of becoming a professional triathlete. Are you crazy?
That's what I hear. That's what everybody says. But you know what? I see it this way. If you have a dream and you want to make it happen, you make it happen. Period. Like, there's no other option.
Yeah, there'd be no use, sitting here 20 years from now and you thinking, gosh, I was so fast, I was really talented, I wish I would have done it, and I didn't. So I'm right there with you. I understand, and I commend you for that.
Thank you.
One of the things I've got to tell the audience is, Angela and I are really close friends. We're not. We met on Facebook, but Angela, you seem one of the things that I think is most attractive about you. Obviously, you're a model, so you're an attractive person, but you seem like a genuinely nice person. And please correct me if I get this wrong, but something I absolutely remember is on New Year's Eve, that day or that afternoon, you posted something on your Facebook status, and you basically said, hey, if you're in the San Diego area, I'm not going out tonight, I'm going to be home. If you're out having fun and partying and drinking, please don't drive, I'll come and pick you up. And you posted your phone number right there on Facebook for everybody to see. Was that you?
Yes, that was me. That was me.
Which seemed like just an incredibly, really nice and caring thing to do for other people. Did anybody take you up on it?
No, actually, surprisingly, nobody did. I thought I would have a couple friends maybe that had needed a ride, but I guess everybody got taxis, and which was great. I don't want anybody, to be in a situation that they don't want to be in, and I really care about my friends. So, and with Facebook, it's pretty much with my training and my schedule. Facebook is like my social medium and connection, with all my friends. So.
Gotcha. Now, you have a Facebook page in addition to your individual profile. If people wanted to follow the great Angela Dorazo, how would they find you?
You can Google my name, or you can find me on Facebook. Pretty much I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, every kind of social media platform that there is. You can just find me. You're out there, and we can't escape you even if we tried, although we certainly wouldn't want to. Is that right? Yeah, no, I'm hitting the market hard, and I want my presence to be known, and I'm not going anywhere. So good. I want to start establishing a reputation. Good deal. Hey, Angela, tell us this. Your coach calls you up and says, "Hey, you know what, Angela? No plan for today. Go out and do whatever you want. Any kind of workout that'll make you happy." What's your go-to workout? What's the one thing you'd love to do more than anything else? Well, right now it's ride. I just picked up the Argon E118. Absolutely fantastic. Best bike I've ever ridden. We actually just put the race wheels on it today, so I'm going to be taking her out on Fiesta Island. And I just can't escape riding. Like, I'm absolutely in love with it. So awesome. Now, is Argon one of your sponsors? Who's sponsoring you in this run this year? No, actually, I'm sponsored by the Project Athena Foundation, which is a foundation set up to help survivors get back into their athletic dreams. Adrenaline Lifestyle Apparel, it's a clothing company, and Stinglow Sport Apparel, also a clothing company. And then a company called Arrow. They're going to actually be opening a carbon fiber division, and I'm working with them on that stuff. So those are my 4 sponsors that I have for the season. And yeah, so I race Argon. I love Argon, and I also love Xterra wetsuits. So I'll be having, I'll be representing them just because I love the company. Argon and Xterra wetsuits, and you can be just as fast as Angela. Well, of course, if you're born with really good genes and a great coach and lots of perseverance and motivation. Hey, Angela, I always ask this one tip. We've got lots of age groupers as part of our group. People watching are gonna be thinking, hey, you know what? It's easy for her. She's young, she's fast, she's got sponsors, piece of cake. If I had all that, if I was young again, I could do that. What do you say to people like that? I mean, what's the one thing that gets you up and going every day, and especially chasing this big dream of getting your pro card and becoming a professional triathlete? What's the motivation? What's the driver? The motivation for me was leaving law. Yes, I am sponsored, and yes, I am, doing this for a living, but it's not like anything was handed to me. I had to go and do the market research and approach sponsors myself and go after them and convince them to sponsor me as an amateur, because I'm only an age grouper right now. And so my motivation is the fact that if I fail, I don't have anything. I'm going to fail on my face. So every day I get up, I know that I need to work as hard as I possibly can and, be the best version of myself to make things happen for myself. And there's days when, my muscles are tight. I have an autoimmune disease, so it's very difficult sometimes. I'm in and out of the doctor and doing stuff like that. And there's just days where I tell myself, I don't care how hard it's going to be, I'm still going to do what I need to do to make myself move forward. Period. There's no other option. And I think that a lot of people are comfortable and they find comfort in their 9 to 5 and in this stuff. So I just want people to know their potential, what they can go and do. And yes, it's very hard. Yes, it's a struggle. And it's not like I have this lavish lifestyle. I'm living paycheck to paycheck and doing things just like everybody else. But I'm just able to do my dream because I put everything on the line.
Yeah.
So I think that people just need to stay focused on what's important to them.
You said something really awesome there. You said to be the best version of me that I can be, and I'm such a believer in that too. I can't be. I'm too old. I can't ever be a professional triathlete. I don't have the genetics to do that. But I can be the absolute best version of myself that I can take to the starting line, or take to training with my friends, or take to coaching people. And I think if everybody takes that ideal, then we've got just you've got a great opportunity to exceed anything that you've done in the past before. So thank you for that. The best version of you. You're the best version of Angela that you can be. Hey, Angela, we are going to be watching you this year racing at the SEAL sprint this weekend, then going to Brazil in April, racing throughout Southern California, it looks like, throughout the rest of the year. Please come back and talk to us again sometime and let us know how you're doing. And best of luck. Really, really appreciate you being on the show. Thank you so much. And best of luck, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Have a great day. Good luck this weekend. Race fast and bring home the hardware. Everybody, the lovely Angela Dorazo. And we are going to be right back. She's brought her own cheering section with her. We're going to be right back after these words from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. Alright, got something really special for you right now. Who couldn't use a great Xterra wetsuit to make you swim faster, stay warmer, perform better, look cooler? Well, ladies, you have the chance to win one right now, absolutely free, courtesy of Angela Dorazo and Xterra wetsuits. And here's all you need to do. Go to Angela's Facebook page. It's Angela Dorazo, D-U-R-A-Z-O. Like her page, and you'll see the contest listed in her status. Under that status, go to xterrawetsuits.com, pick out your size, and post it as a comment. And on the March 30th, Angela is going to, Friday, March 30th, she's going to draw a winner. The winner will get a $430 package, female Vortex Xterra wetsuit, mesh carry bag, and race belt, absolutely free. Now, guys, you're not left out in the cold. You can play too. You can enter for your wife or for your girlfriend or for somebody you wish was your wife or your girlfriend. Maybe carry it around to the next triathlon slung over your shoulder, will trade wetsuit for a girlfriend. But in any event, you can play too, so feel free to go ahead and like Angela's page and enter as well. And if, guys, you fit into a female wetsuit, well, you probably got other issues. But anyway, have at it. And remember, the drawing is Friday, March 30th. It's Angela Dorazo on Facebook. Thanks to Angela, thanks to Xterra Wetsuits, and thanks to you for listening. All right. Welcome back. I am your host, Michael Giudicissi. Thanks for staying with us here on EOTV. Time for the Endurance Obsession Racing Team update. And we've got some new members to celebrate, and it's an exciting time if you're from Indiana, because we've got two new fierce female competitors from the great state of Indiana. And I'd like to introduce first up, we've got all the way from Indianapolis, Lisa Schemenauer. And Lisa, or Shemi as she likes to go by, is a runner, a mudder, and now a triathlete who's competing at Ironman Louisville alongside yours truly in August of this year. That'll be her first full Ironman. She's done a 70.3. And so we're going to have a great interview next week for you with Lisa, but really looking forward to having her on the team, our first representative from the great state of Indiana. And then just days later, the lovely Debi Flederer also joined the nest. Debi, also a runner and triathlete from Fishers, Indiana, and Debi also going to be racing at Ironman Louisville. So we've got a strong contingent of EO race teamers coming along for the show, and you never know how that list will grow between now and then. So we welcome both Lisa and Debi, and really exciting to have them as part of the crew. That makes an even 10, 20, 30 members of the EO race team, and growing every single day. In other news for the team, although we're sitting here on the verge of racing season in earnest for many of us, we have been out there. We got Johnny P down in Florida, has been running races for a while, recovering from his injury, training for half Ironman out in Hawaii. But race season's really heating up, and what better way to celebrate, if you haven't already, than with your very own Endurance Obsession race team issue T-shirt. Now you can only get one of these if you're a member of the team, and you've got you're branded right there on the side. And of course, everybody always wants to know what's your obsession. These are the throwback shirts, so to speak, because they don't have our new sponsor Boston Bill logo on the back. And so we're reprinting another round. And so we're taking our remaining inventory of race team shirts, this beautiful tri-blend, really lightweight, stretchy. And if you're a member of the team and you want to stock up, you can get another shirt for $15. If you want to take advantage of that, email michael@enduranceobsession.com, and I'll get you taken care of. We don't have all sizes, but we've got most sizes and at least one or two of each one. We've been racing in these, the crew here in New Mexico. I know Johnny down in Florida has been racing in them. You probably don't want to do a try in them, but for 5 and 10Ks, they're pretty comfortable because they're polyester. They are cotton and nylon, I believe, tri-blend. They don't get weighed down by sweat. They look really cool. And of course, you can flash your team colors and let everybody know who you are. So if you want one, stock up now at that discounted price. Once they're gone, they're gone. Everybody coming in new will get the new EO shirt with great sponsor Boston Bill's logo on there. And of course, thanks to Boston Bill for sponsoring our race efforts this year. We want to know where you're racing, and we want to show the pictures, because you know the old saying, pictures or it didn't happen. And so race updates, please, to michael@enduranceobsession.com, where you raced, how you did or how you didn't do. Send some pictures, and we'll feature them in this section right here every single week. Upcoming events, we're just 2 weeks removed from the Mesilla Valley Triathlon in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and that'll be the inaugural event for one Lori Varela. Lori, brand new triathlete, a champion bodybuilder, and now moving into triathlon. Lori going to make her debut there, and of course you'll see her up in Boulder at the Ironman 70.3 Boulder. So make sure you come out and cheer for Lori. There'll be a whole contingent of the crew down there. Arn Leonard will be there. I'll be there. Lots of people will be there. Don't get old because you get forgetful, but make sure you come down for that race. We're going to come right back with a great interview with one of our own, the Iron Maiden, 4-time Ironman, Debi Wess, first female in her age group out of the water at Ironman Western Australia. And Debi says Ironman Arizona will be one for the thumb. And so stay tuned for an interview with the Iron Maiden. We'll be right back after these words. All right, we're back. Thanks for joining me. It's Michael again on EO TV. We've got another special guest with us today, and it is the Iron Maiden, the ever lovely Debi Wess. Debi, welcome to the show.
Hi, Michael. Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Wow, you hear the crowd chanting for you. That's awesome. Well, you are one of the fan favorites around here. Debi, great to have you here. Debi, Wess, and I were training partners for our collective very first Ironman triathlon back in 2004, Ironman, Florida. Debi, what do you remember most about that race?
Oh my gosh. I just remember crossing the finish line. It was like the greatest feeling ever. And I remember the swim being, once I got done with the swim, I was so happy. I knew I was going to finish the race. For some reason, I had that confidence when I got out of the water. It was just really exciting. The beginning and the end were the most exciting. In between was very difficult, off and on. But it was good.
But somehow you decided to do more of these events. How many Ironmans are you up to right now?
I've done 4, and someone told me I need to do one for the thumb. So,
one for the thumb. Okay.
Last time I did one was in 2009, and I said never again, never, never, never. You know how we do that. Mm-hmm. And I signed up for Ironman Arizona this year under duress from Michael and Mitchie. No, Hartley actually wanted to do one more, and he's aging up this year, and we decided to do Arizona. So it's close to home, and I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. So
it's childbirth. You forget how painful it is so you just sign up for another one.
I have completely forgotten how painful childbirth is, so you're absolutely right. So this will be Ironman number 5, but you're going back to the scene of the crime because you've done Arizona already. Any special memories about that race?
Yes. I remember that race. I did not do nutrition very well, and my stomach got really upset on the bike. But I did have a very good swim, even though the water was cold. And, we went with a bunch of people. Remember, we had the Iron House with 10 or 12 people, and it was really, really fun. That was my best memory about that race. And also, I didn't train on pavement. I trained mostly on dirt. And so when I got to the run, I was running on pavement and got really, really sore. So that's a little lesson that I learned. That if you're going to run on pavement in Ironman, you need to train some on pavement. So I will take that with me for this one.
That's a good tip for all the kids out there. So thanks for that. Any different strategy that you'll employ this time? Now that you know the course, you know the race, you know what the conditions are going to be like. What changes will you make in your training or in the race itself to come out of there with the race that you want?
That's a good question. I think that my last Ironman, we did Ironman Western Australia, and I pushed really hard on the swim, and I did really well. But unfortunately, you saved 9 minutes on your swim. I suffered, added an extra hour and a half onto my total time. So I'm definitely going to pace it a little bit better this time. I go out easy on the swim, like I did my first one, easy on the swim. Up it up a little on the bike. It's all about the bike. I'm going to actually train more on the bike also. Mm-hmm. And then try to bring it in on the runs. Like someone told me, an Ironman's just a big build-up to a marathon, which is true.
Yeah, really long warm-up so you can run a marathon at the end. That's a good way to look at it. And I know it's early. We're sitting here in the middle of March. The race is not until mid to late November, so you've got plenty of time between now and then. But have you set any goals for this race, or are you going to? Is that going to be I've got this time in mind, or a certain goal, or something you want to achieve, being that this will be your last one, or at least so you say now?
Yeah, so I say now. Until I want to outlive my competition, so I can finally come in somewhere in the top 3. But I don't know. I think this may be my last one. But anyway, I think, as you and I have talked about, there's your goal and then there's your secret goal. Mm-hmm. So my goal, what I told my coach is I want to break 14 hours, and that would be a PR for me. Mm-hmm. My secret goal would be, of course, to place in my age group, but that's always a far-reaching goal. But, you never know. I could have the race of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can always, well, if you listen to Coach Jimmy and last week's interview, he said, the most common mistake that age groupers make is they don't practice the mental part. They run, they bike, they swim, they work on their nutrition, but they don't work on visualizing the race. And very often that's the difference between somebody that, places in their age group and goes to Kona and somebody that finishes, an hour outside. So for whatever that's worth, add that to your training regimen, and we'll see you on Elite Drive in Kona, I'm quite sure. So congratulations.
Oh, right.
Yes, I've already anointed you.
That's actually a very good piece of advice, because we don't tend to do that. And it really is, because when your body is completely broken down, all you have to rely on is your will and your mental capacity to push through all that pain. And that's definitely another area of training, for sure.
Absolutely. And so I know you've got a bunch of other races leading up to Ironman Arizona, but what I really want to ask is, triathlon's an individual sport. With the rare exception, there's no drafting. You can draft a little in the swim. You might train with other people, but what led you to be part of the Endurance Obsession team here and this group of crazies? How did you wind up with that name on your chest?
Oh, well, you know what? I just love, I love the people. You and I have been friends for a long time. Mitchie, Miguel, lots of people on the team have been really good friends of mine. And to me, when I think of training with a team or a group, it's about the people in it. And I think it's very motivating. And I think the people that I know in the Endurance Obsession are very, good people. Like, nobody takes it really seriously to where, we are in pain every minute of our training together. I love just showing up with, the uniform and having that camaraderie and traveling together. I love all of it. And plus the design, of course, is fabulous.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. So, all right, wonderful. So, last bit of advice here before you go. You've got living the life of luxury and leisure, being retired. Actually, you seem to have more appointments than I do, and I'm still working. But
I do.
You and Hartley lead a really full life, full schedule, lots of stuff to do, family, grandkids. There's got to be times when you wake up and you think, just not today. You know what? I'm not going to do it today. Do you not do it? Do you take the day off? Do you take care of yourself, or do you push through? And what's the strategy there?
That's a great question, Michael. A lot of days, and this is what's really good about training with Hartley, my husband, we push each other. Like, if I'm not feeling it, he'll go, come on, do it. And there's sort of this line that I can feel like, I'm going to be overtraining if I'm too tired, or I just don't want to get my butt out there. And, often I'll get out there, and if I don't feel good, I'll just stop and come back home. I'm to the point where I really don't push myself into getting sick or, overtraining. I think I have a good handle on that. But we encourage each other quite a bit, that's for sure, when we don't feel like it, especially the long weekends that we end up having, and long rides and long runs. And we've had a lot of fun training together as well. So.
And being that you've done a couple of Ironmans together, do you find it easier to be married to your training partner during that, or do you think it'd be easier if you alternated races and one of you did a long race while the other one was supporting them? What do you think would work better?
I think we do better training together. I think that like I said, we push each other in, getting out there to train, in training. We have different strengths, and I think that, I would much rather be training for the same race and sort of coordinate our schedules together. And also, in Ironman Western Australia, just the race itself, I pretty much cratered after the swim. And it was very hot, 104 degrees on the bike, and I pushed too hard, made all the mistakes that you should not make. And Hartley was behind me, but he caught up to me, and he walked, most of the marathon with me, and we came in together. So that was really sweet on his part. I don't think I would have done that for him, but anyway, in the race itself, that really saved that race for me, because I probably wouldn't have finished if it wasn't for him. So I think I like being on the same page.
That's awesome.
I don't think we've done it any other way. So, except when I used to be training and he wasn't. He said, wow, I better join him. Beat him or join him, and he joined us. So.
He sure did. Well, awesome. We're looking forward to seeing you out there. You're going to be making the trip up to Boulder with the rest of the crew for the Boulder 70.3.
Yes, I can't wait.
Seems like that group is growing every single day. Of course, you'll be out in Arizona for the big Ironman along with Scott Ney, Mitchie Segrist, my lovely wife, Hartley, and yourself, and I'll be there cheering and volunteering everybody on. And I owe all of you at least one pick up your gear and carry it to the car, because I'm sure everybody's done that for me at least once while I've been laying there useless after a race. So you have my word.
Oh, that's great, Michael. So you're going to Sherpa all of us then, right?
I am going to Sherpa everybody. I've been working out, so I'm ready to go, and I'll make sure that you have the best experience possible. Debi,
that's great, Michael. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Please have a great season. We'll see you all out at the races. And if you're looking for Debi, she's the fast one with the cool bike, and so she'll be really easy to find. Everybody, Debi Wess. And let's hear it for it. Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Michael.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned. We're going to be back with more news and information right after this. All right, gang, we've reached the end of the line. We are out of time for this episode of EOTV, the official TV network of the Endurance Obsession race team. If you'd like to join the effort, you've heard all the fun and frivolity going on, go to the website, www.enduranceobsession.com. Click on the team link, and you can register for a really minimal and nominal fee and be part of all the craziness that goes on here. If you'd like to help out with the TV show, if you have questions, if you'd like to be a guest, send us an email at michael@enduranceobsession.com. Next week, very special interview with brand new EO teammate Lisa Schemenauer from Indianapolis, Indiana. Whoop! And we'll have a great time talking to her, as well as all your other favorite EO teammate racers, anybody else that comes along. And have a great week. Get ready to race, train hard, train safe, train fast. And we'll see you next time. We are out of here again. Yeah. See ya.